I promise. This time it's for real, Christine. This time, or this is for real. This time I mean it.
Are you sure?
I'm totally starting the show, and I can't figure out how to work the lyrics into something like that.
I was waiting for it. I was like, maybe he's got something.
No,
Okay.
nothing at all. There's really no. You can only do so much with that.
Yeah.
You know. Anyways, good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Daily Cup of Genre, the show where I'm not cracking open a beer 9 o'clock in the morning. I swear it's a Dr. Pepper. It's the daily can of Dr. Pepper, the Daily COG, on the Daily COG, brought to you by Grow Generation, where the pros go to grow. LRM Online and the LRM Online Genreverse podcast network, guys, available on YouTube, wherever you guys get your podcast from. LRMonline.com is the website. Genreverse.com will take you there as well. Our podcast pages are being worked on. I've told you guys that, and whenever we launch them, you'll be the first to know if you're have Genreverse.com bookmark. Yeah, I'm Kyle Malone. That's Christine Malone, and we have got a good fun show lined up for you guys today. What's up, babe?
And this is Saris.
And that is Saris Victoria.
I'm fine, I guess. She's demanding, so of course I have to touch her. Otherwise, she's gonna get into stuff.
Yeah, that's how cats are.
Yeah.
Today we will actually have a guest a little bit later on in the show, probably about 10 minutes or so. We'll be talking to Aaron Abelto about the movie Iron Temple, which was a very cool documentary about a great guy, Tony Torres, that got caught up in a crappy situation, had to serve some time, and yeah, man, it's just a really cool story about a dude that actually stripped as Spider-Man and the Mask, and Zorro,
Yeah,
which brought
that
up a
was
whole
funny.
conversation about how badly we need a new Zorro movie with Banderas in the Hopkins role from the 90s films, you know, which was always weird, Anthony Hopkins. But anyways, yeah, I did want to bring up one story before we get into that, though, and that are some of these Ghostbusters Afterlife reviews, okay? You and I both are not necessarily the most excited for the film.
Nope.
Not that it's like, oh, we want to see 2016 or anything like that. No, we're nervous because we don't really care to watch 12-year-olds bust ghosts, you know. So I've talked about it in that sense several times, but Brian turned me on to the fact that there are some reviews out there where people are basically spending most of their time complaining about how this movie ignores 2016, and they spend all of their time on that, right? So excuse me, trying not to choke here, like this person's critic career should. Charles Bramesco from The Guardian, a 1 out of 5. Do you know how rare it is for a movie to actually get a 1 out of 5?
I don't know. Do you have statistics for that?
Believe it or not, even some of the worst movies, critics don't generally give a 1 out of 5 unless it's just like absolute, because they'll try to find something because other people's names are attached to it. It's not just the director or particular writer or actress. Jason, this is the tagline for those that are not watching us on YouTube. Ghostbusters Afterlife review, a slimy, stinking corpse of a sequel. Jason Reitman takes over his father's franchise and immediately tanks it with a tonally misjudged blend of pandering fan service and bizarrely played straight spectacle. So you mean kind of like what the movie, the original movie was, straight-laced spectacle, like this shit just happens. This is the big thing that really pissed me off, and throughout this and plenty of others, they're constantly talking about 2016, but consider the casual cowardice of a script that uses its own mythology to subtly erase 2016's All Gals reboot from the canon. Well, motherfucker. What was your name again? I'm sorry. I really got to call you out, Charles. But if it's a reboot, it has its own fucking canon. Do you not get that? It does. So this isn't erasing 2016 from the canon. If they want to continue 2016's story, they absolutely can. And if you got your head out of your ass long enough to actually review this movie and not bitch, moan, and complain about the fact that not enough people were appealed to by the 2016 film, and you actually reviewed this movie like a professional, maybe you would understand that 2016 isn't fucking canon to the goddamn original storyline. So fuck you, Charles. You can at me. I don't give a fuck. That's irresponsible and shitty fucking critic behavior right there.
Damn.
Yeah. He goes on, giving the rage-choked trolls carpet bombing IMDb with 0-star ratings the vindication they've always craved. Motherfucker, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing, Charles? I'm listening. Kyle M at lrmonline.com. At that Kyle Malone on Twitter. You want some lessons on how to be a fucking critic? Write me. Christine, do you have anything to say about that? I mean, that's just stupid, isn't it?
He's an idiot. He's an idiot. Just some of the things that people say confuse the hell out of me, and yeah, that is one of them. Like, I don't know, just what's wrong with you? Was it like a bad day or something when you wrote this, and you just woke up on the wrong side of the bed, and you just couldn't have a little something that you enjoyed? It was all hate, nothing good.
Yeah. Look, he even insults the message is clear, as are its intended recipients. There's nothing more powerful, important, or cool than being a nerd. Yeah, guess what? What
was the movie about to begin with? You think it was like a bunch of like athletes or something, or like something politicians? No, you had some scientists, and they fought ghosts. Mm-hmm. So yeah. It's all science-y.
Look, I will admit he is right on one thing. There is nothing more powerful than being a nerd right now, because guess who's making all the movies? Guess who's starting to run studios? Look at Kevin Feige for example. Look at who's running all the big tech companies, and your multi-billionaires are all now fucking geeks, Charles. Like, dude, I don't know how old you are. I don't give a fuck, honestly, but I do know this that entertainment is a wide varying format, and you as a critic are supposed to be able to break things down and look at them in comparative groups of movies. When you're breaking down, okay, how are things filmed, how are lines delivered, because even a crappy line can be delivered well, and a really great line can be delivered really crappy. So if you're going to review a movie, that's the type of shit you're supposed to be talking about, not bitching and moaning and complaining about how much you're pissed that your movie didn't have enough fans to fucking support it. And that's the truth right there, ladies and gentlemen. When it comes to business, entertainment is a business first, okay? And when it comes to that business, I'm going to get out of Rotten Tomatoes because we're going to end up getting our guest on here shortly after this. But when it comes to business, the only thing that matters is making money, okay? For the business. Now, all the creators, yeah, Paul Feig and crew and the cast and all of them, they weren't necessarily just doing it for the paycheck. But guess what? If you don't make something that it appeals to a broad enough audience, and no one kept anyone from seeing that movie. Christine, you're a female. I did not put a seed in your mind or anything.
No, you don't influence me at all.
How did you feel about even that trailer?
Didn't like it. So
exactly. Yeah. It is what it is, ladies and gentlemen. We have to deal with this type of crap, and I really just hope that some of these critics will
chill out.
Get over themselves and realize that no one kept anyone from seeing Ghostbusters 2016 any more than anyone kept anyone from watching.
Hell, I tried to make it a drinking
Charlie's
game,
Angels.
and it was like the worst drinking game ever. The 2016 Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
I was like, hell, let me try this.
Yeah.
No, I was miserable the whole time. I don't want to be miserable and drunk. You know, it's like, that's not what I wanted. I wanted it to be kind of funny, and it just did not work.
Yeah, I can relate to that. So we're gonna go ahead and put on our headphones because we're expecting our guest pretty much at any time now, and I am incredibly loud. Do you need volume down or?
I don't know. Do I need volume down?
No, I sound good. Do you sound? Are you sound good in my ears? Do I sound all right?
Yeah.
In yours? Okay, cool.
Yeah, you're good.
So yeah, I guess we'll bring over the Rotten Tomatoes stuff again real quick and just take a look at some of the stuff being said. You know, a lot of people or everyone's trying their hardest to make it work, and there's our guest. So let me back out of that and bring over my Zoom window, and someday it'll
Hello?
come up. Hey
Hello.
there, Aaron.
Hey.
How's it going, bud?
What's up? Can you see me?
No, all I've got right now is a picture of you. And
There you go.
There we go.
Now we can see you.
How's it going?
It's good. It's good. It's good. Sorry for being late. Well,
No,
you're fine.
You're right on time, actually. Welcome to the Daily Cup of Genre. It's LRM Online's daily podcast, usually daily. I'm Kyle, and this is my wife, Christine.
Hi.
And
Hi.
everyone, hi, everyone out there. This is Aaron. I do have a slight stutter, so I apologize. But Abelto, is that how you say it?
Yes.
There we
correct.
go. And you are promoting and touring and with your latest movie, a really cool blend of film and documentary footage about Tony Torres, bodybuilder, who got into a little bit of trouble trying to help a friend, trying to live by a set of values that he had. Paid his time and got out and continue moving on. And it's a really cool movie. And it's a pleasure to have you on here to chit chat about that and some other things. Cause I got some weird questions for you, man. I hope you're ready.
Of course. I'm always ready, man. That's the cool part about this, man. Thank you for having me on.
Oh, thank you.
Thanks for being here.
Yeah. So yeah, just to do the normal business side of things. We watched the movie, really enjoyed it. I need to get Tony's contact info. I got to get stories about superhero strip shows. Like that's got I need more of that. What brought you onto this project, man? What really drew you to Tony and that story?
So it all started about last year. I did my first ever documentary last year called The Power of Movement. And what that one was, it's about this doctor who's helping heal his patients with cancer and mental illness. And that was what was cool about it is we actually was up for an Oscar last year with that film. And that's what drew me to Iron Temple, because during that time I had lost my father to actually cancer. And what oh, thank you. That's not, I know it's a crazy thing, but yeah. So what happened is during the Oscar campaign, one of my friends contacted me, and she was like, "I go to this gym, and this guy has such a cool story. I think you should do a documentary about it." And I was like, "Okay, why not?" I wasn't doing anything besides the Oscar run, so I went down and I met him, and he told me his whole story, and I was like, "Wow, this is really cool." So at first it started off as a short film. It was really going to just be a short film. I was just going to submit it to festivals, and I really wanted to home in on that. And as we started filming and doing the interviews, I came home, I started editing and putting everything together. I said, man, 5 minutes went by, 10 minutes went by, 20 minutes went by. And I said, wait a minute, I haven't even told the story yet. So I was like, you know what? I think I could turn this into a feature, and we're here today.
Nice. He's a really open guy. It's got to be really refreshing to work with open books like that. Is it not?
Yeah, it is. What's cool about Tony that I enjoyed the whole project was he was similar to myself in where when you want to do something, he's like, I'm gonna do it. Like, let's do it. Like, there's no boundaries. Like, I say, hey, let's go climb a building. All right, let's go do it. Let's do that crazy things. And it was like, all right, let's do it. And that was what was so easy about working with him and just telling his story. And again, he's in the film also. I told him, I said, like, why don't you play yourself? He's like, do you mind going back and feeling all that emotion? And when you see it, you'll actually see the emotion he had doing it. So
yeah, absolutely. It was great. We have to. I mentioned the superhero. Part of his story is meeting a male stripper where he's kind of assisting him, and he turns out to have a bit of a fan base. And Christina and I were just floored with the mask get up like that.
Yeah, that was funny.
that was great. What is it in? Because when you look at bodybuilders, and I was in the Army for 17 years, and knew a couple of amateur bodybuilders that did it through there. And of course, fitness is a big deal. But man, there are so many cool stories in that war. You think of Pain and Gain from a few years ago with Wahlberg. Wahlberg had a picture with Tony and stuff. Man, did you get to see more into that kind of a bodybuilding universe over there while making this, talking to some of the people at his gym? Like, these seem like such great people with just the
Hello?
craziest stories. Oh, can you not hear me anymore, sir? Uh-oh. Did we lose audio?
You hear me?
Yes, I can.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that. I guess my Bluetooth went out. Yeah.
Oh, no.
Oh.
No, but I was just... Sorry?
Technology.
Yeah.
I was just kind of asking about the other types of interactions with that bodybuilding universe. Like, they have such unique, crazy stories from just life. Like I mentioned, Pain and Gain brought up, and then Tony Torres' own personal story is a crazy one, man. Like, they're just everyday people. What was it like kind of getting involved in that?
It was actually pretty cool because I learned a lot about preparation and what you have to go through. And the interesting part is that my friend Natalie, who's in the film also, you see her preparation as she through her she was trying to compete. So you see the how it works and the downfalls and the pitfalls that you have to go through. So it was something interesting. And it's funny, even Tony, during that whole process, he actually told me, he was like, look, man, I work out, I get in shape and stuff. But he's like, look, I want to get you in the best shape of your life. So he put me on a regimen and had me.
That's cool.
And then back and forth. And I'm like, yeah, like there's a whole difference from when I was in the film to now and to even going on. And I have a much better respect for the work that they put in and the grind and everything that they do. So it really taught me that, that everyone has a story to tell. I mean, there was one guy that's in there that was he competed in a Mr. Olympia competition and all that. So it just gave me a better understanding and respect for those individuals.
Yeah. I like the burger scene. I'm a big fan of burgers. That was fun, and I know a lot goes into the pre-show to make sure the body's looking appropriate for that event and whatnot. But that's kind of one of the first weird questions I gotta ask you, because you're out there traveling. You're down in Florida and stuff like that. That burger was killer. What is your like guilty pleasure food, man? Like, what is it that Tony would like knock out of your hands for you eating?
Wow. Oh man. So my guilty pleasure, I have a couple of them.
Oh, go ahead.
Definitely pizza. Pizza, burgers are definitely one, and ice cream. Like that right there is just. But then. Those are the main thing, but I guess because my parents are from the Caribbean islands, I couldn't eat Caribbean food anymore because it was like, oh my god. But one thing I could say, it's most individuals would think that it's restrictive, but it's really not. Really, what I've learned from the whole preparation and going through what these individuals do is it gives you a sense of, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, where you have to. I'm trying to think of the word here. I'm coming up blank here. This is crazy. Oh, this is funny.
I told you I had some weird ones.
I know this is a really good question. I like this. This is the first one I got. Yeah, it just gives you a sense of being prepared. You know, you don't. It gives you. You're able to say, okay, you know what? I can substitute this for something else, and it really how to actually eat. You know, not to restrict yourself, but to have yourself on a plan, and that's basically what I learned from it. And, you know, like, yeah, one of these days I'll say, hey, Tony, can I have a burger? Like a small little story here. We were filming. We went to Idaho one time to film a little bit. And the crazy thing about going to Idaho was we would go to a restaurant. He's like, and I'm like, man, I really want to get this. He's like, all right, go ahead, get it. And I'm like, wait, that was too easy. Why?
What's
but later on, when we hit the gym, you're going to work harder. I'm like,
yeah.
Ooh, I don't want to work that hard today. So it's pretty interesting.
I know getting Christine, you have done this a lot. That just that first step of actually working out, just to actually start it, and not just that first day, because everyone can make the first day, but actually waking up the second day,
making it a habit. Yeah,
exactly. That's always kind of one of the hard parts of working out. I had it lucky. I had a big yelling person at me, you know, demanding I'm there at 6:30 in the morning, standing at attention. But not everyone is lucky enough to get that. But to your point about the food, and one thing she has had to deal with developing food allergies is, like you said, it doesn't really limit. It kind of encourages you to broaden your palate.
Yeah, find other ways. Because I know for me, like having ice cream in the house, I can eat a whole pint in one sitting. I'm like, wait, it's all gone? I wasn't done. I want more.
Yeah, me too.
So it's like, it's like you have to get rid of it and try to find another way around that can, you know, tickle the brain where it's enjoyable. So like I know with like working out, it's, you know, you can find really good foods, and then after a while you just don't miss it. So do you feel that way sometimes, where it's like some of the foods that you used to eat a lot, you haven't touched in a while, and it's like I don't need it? Yeah,
I do. It taught me, like I said, the whole experience taught me that to value myself even more. You know, it's like, okay, yeah, I can have that, but do I really need it? And you know, it's funny. Like I look at it as like, you know, I look at a couple of my family members, you know, and you know, obviously they're from the islands and stuff. And what I've, you know, like everybody eats like everything. It's like, oh, we'll just eat this. But I thought to myself, I'm like, you know what? At this point in my life, I want to eat healthy and I want to live longer and don't have to worry about any of those, you know, major things like heart disease or anything, you know, that people look at. And I want to take care of myself even better now. And, you know, not saying that I didn't do it before, but doing this whole experience, it just taught me even more resistance and control, more so control. You know, I can control what I have. Like I'll go out with some of my friends, we'll go watch a game somewhere and they're all eating like chicken wings and French fries. And I'm like, I'll take a Caesar salad, no dressing, a little bit of grilled chicken, and I'm good. No croutons.
Yeah.
My last deployment to Afghanistan was in 2013, and I managed to get in the best shape I'd ever been in, better than basic training. I was actually competing for competition boards where you're showing off your Army expertise in PT knowledge, shooting, all of that, and I got down to 172 pounds. But I was lean muscle. It was crazy, eating nothing but like chicken and rice for lunch, getting a little bit extra, you know, dairy and proteins at dinner, breakfast being really high on carbs, and like all that stuff goes into it, and then you can lose it so quickly.
Yeah, it's true. That's true.
Have a kid and it's gone. Dad bought his back 6 months after.
No, I get it.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I want to say something before we go on here.
Absolutely.
Thank you for your service, and I guess
thank you.
Veterans Day, I think it is today.
Yes, it is.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
You're my hero.
Oh. Well, thank you. You know, one of the things that is obviously noticeable in the movie is right there at the beginning, October 2020, Halloween, best time of year. Filming in Florida, of course, very, very different than filming in California in 2020. I'm sure. With all your travels for supporting the movie, I know you got the Oscar run for Power of Movement, and this is also shopping for Oscar nomination, if I'm not mistaken, right? Awesome.
We're up for an award season. It's so weird how
outstanding.
You word all that stuff these days, but
yeah. I'm trying to. But yeah, up for award season. That's a great way to phrase it. What is it? What are you experiencing out there, man? Doing these kind of junkets and press events, pushing this move, whether you're on Zoom or travel. How's the industry doing, man? How do you feel about it?
It's so what I think about the industry right now is pretty cool because it was funny. Like a lot of my friends used to say like you have to go to Los Angeles or New York or even Chicago to kind of make it, but more so in Los Angeles. You have to go out there to make it there. And the industry has changed so much because obviously we're in the digital age. And that's what I love about the digital age, because I used to live in Los Angeles about 2 years ago. 2 years ago, I used to live out there. I used to live in Culver City. And I went out there realistically to work and to learn. And then while I was out there, I said to myself, man, I'm doing the same stuff that I'm doing out in Miami, but it's just more expensive and there's just more.
Yeah.
So I said, you know what, let me come back home. My mom wanted me to come back home. So I came back home and I said, man, you know what, if I could do it out, if we can do it out there, I can do it here too. And that's what I was able to do. And even like all the things that we've been able to accomplish, because this is my third feature film. My first film was called I Before Thee, which is a narrative, a drama narrative thriller, and then The Power of Movement, which I came back to finish here. And then Iron Temple, the same thing. And what's so cool about like the media stuff we were talking about is that look how we're talking, like literally we're talking on a computer in my studio right here. And it's so, the accessibility is what's great about it. I love the fact that we're all accessible to each other now, because even when I did, like I was doing the press tour for the film, we had an LA release October 8th at Santa Monica and Lemley Theaters. And when we were doing that, I had to do press for that. You know, I was on, me and Tony was on a morning show that filmed. And, you know, obviously we went to the studio because it was not far. But then everything else I've been doing through Zoom or what's that called again? The Skype and a whole bunch of stuff. And I think the accessibility is great. I know it's tough right now because of COVID. You know, I would love to be in the studio with you, your wife. It'd be much fun.
Yeah.
You know, the digital age is the new age, and that's the great accessibility about it. Like I love that fact that we could be here and I can be across the world and we'll be talking to each other.
Absolutely. You know, staying with the industry a bit, what are you watching, man? Like, what do you watch for enjoyment? I don't necessarily need you to like throw anyone under a bus or not have a friend. You're not watching what I do, but you know, what movies are coming up you're excited to go check out? We were just talking about some Ghostbusters Afterlife reviewers who I don't think we're necessarily reviewing that movie, more like complaining about a movie that didn't get made. But you know, what are you watching, or what are you looking forward to watch?
Wow, you know, that's an interesting question because and I get a lot of blowback from all of my friends, and the crazy part is Twitter is like, oh yeah, the worst place, because everything's kind of ruined for you beforehand, because they're like, oh well, this and
spoilers.
Yeah, spoilers. So it's an interesting, because as I've grown as a filmmaker and a director, I rarely get chances to really watch movies, because as you know, the all three of my films, I wrote all three of them, and I've been always the type of person that, you know, I want to be creative, and it's just so much in the creative mind that you just don't get a chance to like really sit down and be like, you know what, I actually want to sit down and watch that film. But I do have a couple of them that I did see that I would love to actually watch. Definitely the Spider-Man No Way Home.
No Way Home.
I'm just interested about that one.
Mm-hmm.
That one, and probably the Matrix and the new Jurassic World whenever that comes out.
Yeah.
Those are the ones that, like it's like those are ones, yeah, you're definitely gonna want to see, even though I haven't seen a couple of the ones before.
Mm-hmm.
But that, and then the other thing I do a lot more is TV shows, which I'm actually writing. I wrote a TV pilot that I'm putting to some of the major platforms like Netflix, Hulu, and
Cool.
Amazon Studios and stuff.
Let us know. We'll bring you on to talk about it.
And I'm trying. That's the hardest thing, man. It's so crazy. Pitching a story it's easy, but it's hard at the same time because you got to impress one person.
Mm-hmm.
Impress that one person, you got to impress the whole gang of people. Because I remember a short little story when we were pitching the film to Hulu. Everyone at Hulu, this lady was loving this stuff. She was like, "Oh my gosh, this is great! I love Iron Temple." So it was just about getting to the next level and convincing the board of directors, like, "All right, guys, this is a great film. This is this," and it's just a whole process. And I think that process, it's a fun process, but it's nerve wracking. It's definitely nerve wracking. So
I bet. Yeah, TV shows, the reviewing those, like, because we watch so much content for work. The one thing, and for a lot of it, I got to dig into the film makers, an actress, and I found myself kind of losing the ability to enjoy a lot of things because I was always so concerned about other aspects of it, all except for one genre. Not kidding. Anime has become my sole source of joy left in this world because it's the only one where I don't know the actors and people that make the stuff as much. So, but yeah, it's interesting to hear a creative that is able to separate themselves from that medium, and I can kind of get it, almost where. Like you said, taking flack from friends, maybe even worried about like outside interference with the creative process. I can see, especially the way everything hits us today, digital technology and stuff. So it's very interesting.
No, yeah, it is. It's again, and the cool thing is, like, what I love about even today. You probably, I mean, I'm not sure you'll hear a lot of creators or directors and writers, producers say this, but what I love about the digital age is just like you said, the accessibility, and it's so easy to do things now because if you think about it, everyone has one of these, and a phone is literally a camera. So you can do anything you want. I remember for some of the shoots that I had with The Power of Movement, I didn't have all the camera. I was like, no, let me just break out my camera and just start filming, but I didn't have my camera with me. So I just did my phone, and you literally have a piece of equipment there to get what you need. Like, you can literally boom, and that's it. You're there.
Yeah, it's a great tool, and additionally with the streaming services, Christine and I have been able. We're both documentary nerds ourselves, and the streaming services have allowed filmmakers to get more stories out there without having to go through the big studio doors. Because yeah, sure, every big studio had its little Fox Searchlight or a smaller sub studio to help those out, but you still were dealing with old Hollywood, and now you got these streaming services to help out with that. Well, man, Iron Temple was a great watch. Tony Torres' story is fun. Natalie, right? The competitor and your friend, very fun. I like the fact that they found ways to continue their journey through the pandemic using the digital apps and his Spartan body, like loot box type deal. That's all really cool stuff. Iron Temple is available for streaming right now. Vudu I saw, and I thought I saw another one where
Apple TV.
Okay, cool.
YouTube.
Outstanding.
Yeah, it's a whole bunch of digital platforms right now, and then later on it gets to the SVOD stuff. So,
outstanding. Well, we have to pay the bills with an ad from our sponsors, Aaron. But it has been a pleasure having you, and anytime, man. Just Gig connected us, and you got my email, and yeah, you got another project. I'm interested to hear it.
Oh, definitely, definitely. Thank you both for this opportunity. I'm loving all of this. I love.
Thanks.
I'm glad
Thanks
you
for,
had fun.
yeah. All right, guys. We'll take a word from our sponsors. And Aaron, you have a great day, bud. All right.
You too.
Grow Generation, where the pros go to grow. For all of your cultivation needs, Grow Generation has the right products, service and staff to make your grow successful. Go to www.growgeneration.com, where the pros go to grow.
All right. Thanks so much, Aaron, for that awesome guest segment. That was like our first guest segment. It kind of sucks that he had to follow me ranting and yelling at someone, and the mic is all over your. Oh, okay, because the way you were turned, you're good.
Okay then.
you're fine, babe. Yeah, guys, that was a lot of fun. I guess we could kind of go back to what we were talking about, Ghostbusters Afterlife. Oh, excuse me. I'm going through a lot of these, and Brian mentioned a couple more. I didn't get to go in, but almost every one that you see rotten starts talking about nostalgia or stuff about 2016. And what's funny is a lot of people that even do positive things will do the same thing. Talk about how good Afterlife is because it's not 2016. Easter eggs, it's cheered for Easter eggs, complaining about nostalgia. People are constantly complaining about Reitman and the fact that Jason is the son of Ivan, who did the first movies. I mean, there's been, oh, is this nepotism? My God, yeah, no fucking shit it is. It's Hollywood, people. Like, look who Nicolas Cage's fucking family is. Francis Ford fucking Coppola. Like, do you know why he calls himself Nick Cage? It's not just because he's a comic book fan. He wanted to make sure he didn't, have to, that he could, get somewhere without, oh, you're Coppola's blood? Okay. Like, yeah, fucking, it's nepotism. Look at the Stillers. Are they even plugged into the universe at this point, or are you so far up your own ass that you cannot just get over the fact that the thing that you liked is not liked by everyone else? And I honestly don't think I'm going to like this movie all that much.
Yeah. We'll be seeing it Sunday.
Next Sunday.
Yeah. And it's just, I mean, it sucks. But it's also like one of those where, like, for me, where I'm not like getting super angry, where it's like, well, I guess I'm done with this. Like a lot of Star Wars projects, I'm definitely not interested in, but I'm not heartbroken about it. I'm not enraged. It's just, there's a lot of content out there. I'll go find something else. Get out of my comfort zone, try something new.
Look, not just 2016 is kicked out. See, can't go without mentioning it. Keep going. I'm sorry.
Okay. Yeah, but it's just, I don't know, one of those, it's where it's like, yeah, I have the first two that I really enjoyed, and I guess that's fine. It's, some people just get so mad with their comments in either direction, whether they love it and they hate that people hate on it. I just realized I'm throwing you under the bus here.
It's okay.
And then, also just like where they just hate it and they hate it and they have nothing good to say, or, hardly anything good to say. And it's just be like, okay, well, yeah, here's my score. I didn't like it. That's fine. But yeah, like there's articles where, people are just, they get really heated.
Let me give you guys an example of how you can actually hate something with a passion and still excuse me, and still actually review it. So Nick and I are reviewing the Eternals and Spider-Man 3, which you guys will be able to find on the LRM Genreverse podcast network later on this afternoon. When it came to the Eternals, okay, I didn't, unfortunately, because of some trouble here at home, we didn't get to finish the movie, and the point is I was able to clearly judge everything that I saw. I said, look, I didn't care for the pacing. I hate going back in time, and then while we're back in the present, the past moves forward 1,000 years, and then we go back to visit the past again, but it's a little bit, you know, closer to the present each time. I said they're always complaining, and literally the whole first hour is people complaining. It looks like it's shot really beautiful. I appreciate there's a lot of on location shots. The composition of the film, as far as angles, color palettes, all of that looked fine. The actors are doing what they do, but it's just not a good script in my mind, because it's boring. The pacing is bad, and the awful deviant sea creatures look like Final Fantasy characters, like Final Fantasy creatures, you know, monsters, but they look straight out of the game, not like they're in a big budget MCU movie. So on that first hour, it's like a D plus, maybe C minus movie, and if it held that same thing going forward, I'd probably say the same thing. You got great composition, visually. Some of the music was annoying, some of it was okay, and you know, I just gave you guys a fucking review, and then Spider-Man 3. Here's a way to do hate. I fucking hated Spider-Man 3. I cut it up on the other show.
Yes, you did.
I literally say it's an awful story, and with awful CGI, and filled with horrible cringe, and I rant and I rave, but then I've got a whole bunch of other notes where I'm literally breaking down why some of this CGI looks bad. I talk about when Parker's putting the poles through the ground. There's a scene where he slams two in, and it looks like the face is like 2 feet off the body. The lack of the Butler's story arc, and he just all of a sudden delivers these lines that don't feed off of crap from the previous movies, because they wasted him. I talk about the goblin tech. They do all this fancy stuff. Like, I can go through all these different things, how the cringy moments in the theater when Tobey Maguire is, I can go through and give you guys legit reasons why I don't like them, and why something doesn't hold up, and I can do all of that without saying Tom Holland, the Spider-Man I happen to like most, without mentioning his fucking movies.
Yeah, you talk about this subject, stay on topic as much as you can, unless there's something to compare. And for the 2016 Ghostbusters, I can't think of anything that would, you know, because I haven't seen anything from the comments where it's like, oh, well, I saw this in this one, and then this in this one. So it's like, I don't know why y'all keep bringing it up. Just let this be its own thing. Compare it to what is canon, you know, so.
This guy says that it's, already got to mention 2016 right there. This guy from Entertainment Weekly, his review, what was his tagline on it? Intentional or not, Ghostbusters Afterlife is a stark reminder of how much of modern American culture consists of excavating the ruins of past glories. Well, here's the problem, and I actually agree with that to a degree. But here's the problem. That makes money. That's what makes money, guys. I can't. I don't know why we're still wearing.
I don't know, but it's like I have this hair that wants to come down and keep touching my face.
We are in a. There are avenues for stories. We just got talking to Aaron about how great it is to see technology be able to allow us to see smaller movies, smaller projects from indie studios or projects, whatnot. If your story doesn't make it a bit broad enough appeal, there are platforms out there, cost effective for both the creators and the fucking, you know, distributor slash studio and the audience, because that's, guys, you got to get it through your mind. If you're going to make money, you got to do that by appealing to the broadest audience. I mean, why do you think Hollywood is putting so many Chinese actors and actresses and Chinese settings and getting Chinese financial backing and catering their movies to Chinese audiences out of Hollywood. Why? Well, they're actually paying to go see movies in the fucking theater. And so, yeah, we're going to lose influence to them. And I'm not in before anyone's like, oh, you don't want China. Trust me, there's more Asian media, non-anime in this house than the overwhelming majority of people out there that aren't necessarily Asian. She's watching Korean and Chinese dramas on like 4 different apps. The amount of music that we listen to, classic Hong Kong, movies, traditional Japanese and Chinese martial arts films leading up into modern stuff. Yeah, guys, I love that. But how many of you out there have that in your house? What about these guys on here? Yeah, complaining about America and its past fucking glories. How much foreign shit do you have out of Scandinavia or Central Europe?
It's something that it compares to, because I think some people just kind of don't get what they're saying. It was House Hunters International, an episode from a long time ago I was watching on TV as a kid, and this American couple were trying to buy a house on this island, and they're just like, oh yeah, the beaches and the palm trees. You just don't get that in America. And I'm like, are you serious? We don't have islands. We don't have beaches. We don't have palm trees and stuff.
It's not a beach like 20 minutes that way.
Yeah, like for us, it's like we have so much to offer.
One of the most famous beaches.
You don't have to live here if you don't want to. That's fine, but maybe word it a little differently with that aspect. But it kind of feels like that, where it's like people just want to trash on American culture, America, and it's just like, that's unnecessary.
There's things to trash. I mean, like I said, we can talk. It is not all sunshine and rainbows.
We know that.
And I'm angry about all the nostalgia stuff. I agree 100%. But like I said, it's what gives money. It's what makes money. Like, guys, I wish grown ups didn't want to watch 12-year-old Ghostbusters, but they do, and that's okay. I'm hoping my son really enjoys the film, and I'm hoping that his enjoyment and just enough OG style is enough that I can watch the film and not hate it, right? Or watch it, and because he enjoys it, and there's a couple good parts for me that I will like it, kind of like how my dad doesn't really care for Ghostbusters 2 as much, but he'll watch it with me anytime, right? Yeah. But he loves the first one because it's got a good oral sex ghost oral sex joke and one good dick joke. And then everything else is innuendo and clever. Gatekeeper and keymaster. The gate.
Little kids.
The key. I mean, come on.
Kids are going to pick that up.
We didn't get that when we first saw it at 8 and 9 years old.
But then a little old, you're like,
yeah, but by 12, you're like, wait. I know what Ray's getting. Something that every 12-year-old boy so desperately wanted to well, not from a ghost, but, those things start appearing. And then as I grew up, it's like, yeah, I can still enjoy the real Ghostbusters cartoon and Ghostbusters 2, but I would like to see another Ghostbusters movie with one overt sex joke and then one overt male genitalia joke. Like, that's a good balance. The vaginal air joke from 2016, followed by slime getting in every crevice. Like, it was all just 2 types of comedy: bathroom room and then slapstick, and it was just atrocious. Well, wow! I just reviewed part of 2016 Ghostbusters, all by itself, while comparing to other Ghostbusters movies, but not because one didn't get made or not, but how they compare in tone to the original. 2-1, 2016 to 1. Now that you could absolutely do, because I haven't seen Afterlife. I can't review it. But, you know, it to go on your merry way complaining that 2016 was ignored or taken out of canon. I don't know how to understand or use the word canon. I just, guys, you sound stupid. And I got a stutter and a brain injury. I legitimately sound like I don't know what I'm talking about, but I have done all the talking today.
You have. It's all right. It's all right. Something I wanted to add, because you had mentioned the lady parts stuff that was in the 2016 movie. It's a different kind, where it's kind of like the humor that they were trying was like grody, because I don't want to hear about sweaty, stuff. I don't want to hear about, Fromunda cheese and stuff. Like, it's that kind of thing where it's like, I don't need to hear that. Like, that's not what ew, no. So it's like, it's not like anti-women. I just want to make sure, because I was like, I didn't want to hear this. I want to hear this, because there are men out there who are just like, oh, lady parts, gross. It's not like that. It's just
it's too, like I said, too much bathroom humor.
Yeah,
and
the level is way too high, and sometimes it's like, you're oversharing. I don't need to hear that. Even like, imagine if you heard that like on like a face-to-face with someone, mentioning that. It's like, I didn't need to hear your between the legs situation. Can you, I don't know you.
Yeah. So, that's the thing is it was awful in the way that they delivered it and the style, because it just one after another with no clever, no substance, no nothing, nothing. And look, I can rail against Ghostbusters 2 all day too, comparing it to the original.
Yeah.
And when this one comes out, you bet your ass I'll be comparing it to the original. But I'm not gonna sit here because, guess what? It happens to be a sequel to the original and the first sequel. I'm not sure if you guys understand, but 2016 is not canon. Suck it. Anyways, Christine, I kind of like how I don't know if I whisper.
Don't whisper, because I hate that. Like when you get your earbuds.
I'm sorry,
you get your earbuds and you're like.
I was saying, like, I noticed whispering, I didn't stutter as much. So.
Oh, okay, yeah, don't whisper, because if you have earbuds in your ear, it
pipes
does not feel good. No.
Anyways, guys, yeah, I know I did a lot of talking today. Maybe it was a bit of a reverse safety briefing sandwich, where it's the good, the bad, and then the good, something from the army guys. But today it was like something bad followed by something good followed by more bad. Now, when it comes to reviews, there's times to do it entertaining, and there's times to do it for real. On podcasts, you'll often see us have fun and be entertaining, but give you the legit substance.
Yeah, to me, it's like it's different when you have someone writing an article and then someone doing a podcast. Because there are people that I watch on YouTube, and I enjoy the way that they're doing it.
It's an entertainment as well as. Whoops, that was great. I'll deal with it later.
You got soda on my sock.
I'm sorry. Anyways, go ahead, finish your thought.
That was pretty much it.
Okay. Well, we'll go ahead and wrap it up, ladies and gentlemen, so I can clean up the soda that I just spilt. Please do. I can't believe you did that, guys. Please check out lrmonline.com and genreverse.com every day for all of your entertainment news, needs, and opinions. We have our YouTube channel. All of our celebrity interviews and things like that go up on the LRM YouTube channel. So please, if you are not subscribed, we're really close to 5,000 subscribers. I would love to break that by Christmas. So yeah, if you guys could help us out with that, but please do. Like I said, all these interviews in person, red carpet. There was a blue carpet thing for Ted Lasso, or maybe it was Apple. Anyways, we're everywhere, and all of our podcasts are available there. And Genreverse Podcast Network has amazing shows like the Daily Cup of Genre, Animeversal reviews, the Cantina, all that good stuff. Breaking Geek Radio. So yeah, check it all out. Please like, share, subscribe, thumbs up, down, all of that good stuff. Hopefully this show was entertaining for you guys. Social media information down below. Christine, you got anything else?
No, I'm good.
All right. Thanks, everyone. Bye.